So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some hands-on practice. I'd like you to get experience in visualizing 3D objects in these flat engineering views and experience in setting them up orthogonally or at 90 degrees to each other. To do this, we're going to use this program called Sketchup. Sketchup is a free 3D modeling software. It's very popular with architects and woodworkers and hobbyists. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it, including 3D printing and visualizing work. And I taught my 7-year-old niece how to use it in about 15 minutes, so I'm pretty sure if she can do it, if you've got the desire to try it out, you'll probably just bang it up. Now, to help us to keep ourselves oriented in space here, I added some color to the faces. So here's my front face. It's that pink color. Here is my top face. It is that green color. And here is my right face. It's that light blue color. So the three principal views we're drawing are the front, top, and right side. And with SketchUp, I have the ability to go in and to ask for specific views. For example, give me the front, give me the top, and give me that side. Okay, and we're going to go in, and I'm going to give you a model to work with, and then I'd like you to get some scrap paper out, and I'd like you to sketch these three views using the format I'm about to show you. Okay, so here we go. To get things started, I'm going to modify my shape a little bit. I'm going to add a vertex there, or a segment, and then we're going to do a little bit of modification. Looks pretty good, and then we'll get our color and we'll paint it on. Okay, there we go. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a front view that looks like this. Our top view is these two green faces here, and our right side view will be these two blue faces here. So how can we set this up to make a multi-view drawing in standard engineering format that shows the true shapes of these objects? Well, let's go take a look, see how to get this done. I would take a piece of paper, if I were you, regular 8.5 by 11 paper, and I would fold it in half, hamburger style. Alright, so we've got a top half and a bottom half. And I think if we work in half of a sheet of paper for each of these, we'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, so the basic idea is this. Give yourself a vertical line, give yourself a horizontal line, and this is going to be the orthogonal setup, the right angle that we're going to set up our views with. Do you recall what the front view looked like on that object? So let's do this. Let's start down here in the bottom left corner, and let's draw outward from that bottom left corner the shape that we are trying to create. And that was the shape we were trying to create, right? It was an L shape. So, is that really so? Let's take a look. If we go to our model and we looked at it directly dead on, right? It is indeed that L shape. Okay. Now, how about the other views, the top view and the side view? Well, what can help us out a little bit is we've already drawn this front view. And just like you are the same width, left to right, from the front as well as from the top, we're going to do something to create the top view so it's directly above the front view, and so that it's the exact same size as the front view. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this corner and project a line up. Nice and light. We're going to go to this corner and project a line up. Nice and light. And what we're doing is we're just taking these corners, these measurements, and projecting them straight up. Okay? Now, what does the top view look like? What do you think the top view looks like? Well, the top view is going to be a rectangular shape, right? Rectangular solid shape. Let's take a look at it over on Sketchup. Looking down on it. See, it's a rectangular solid, but check it out. It also has a line. Do you see the line there? Why is there a line right there? Well, the fact is that this surface is higher than this surface, right? Now, you can't tell that one is higher than the other from here. All we can see is this edge, and the edge indicates that this is not a flat plane, but in fact some change happens there, some change in elevation. So even though I can't tell from this orientation which one is higher, I have to include that edge because I can see it from the top. So going back to our camera, the corner you projected up here creates a line in this top view that becomes part of the view, right? So this corner went up, and this corner went up, and this corner went up, and created this top shape here. Now, how about the side? How about the side? If we were to look at it like this, can you imagine what shapes there are in that side view? Well, I see a rectangle, and I see a rectangle, and they're not next to each other like here, but in fact one is higher than the other one. Right, one is above the other one. So can you imagine what we're going to get for our side view? Well, if we could pick this thing up and orient it dead on, what do we see? We see two rectangles, one on top of the other. So now how do we make that work with our multi-view drawing? Well, just like the corners in the front view went up to create the top view, the corners in the front view will go to the right to create some information in the side view. This side view is a rectangular block, and this corner here makes an edge over here. Right? And that's what we saw when we looked at our 3D model. We saw two rectangles, one on top of the other. This line is being created by that corner as it projects over. Right? So the basic idea on multi-view drawing is once you draw one view, you can use the corners on that view to project into the other views. And in fact, every corner projects into every view. See, this corner goes up, this corner goes up, this corner just happens to be right below it, so it goes up, but they're the same edge. These two corners go up, that back corner there goes up. It just falls right underneath there, so it's one edge. Two corners here go over to the side, two corners here go over to the side, and two corners here go over to the side. So every corner in this front view project into all the other views. Here is our front, here is our top, here is our right side. Okay, and you don't write this on your drawing, I'm just illustrating what we got. And there is your first multi-view drawing.